Alright, so let's take a look at why I lost this last game against Steven the Protoss. What was I doing wrong? I felt like I was ahead for some parts. I took some bad engagements. Okay, so let's take a look at this. Turn down the volume real quick. Oops, just turn down the volume. This is too loud. Music volume, let's put down 21 for now. Alright. So I'm just looking at what I'm doing here. So I'm going to watch for idle larvae and for floating minerals. Let's see what's going on. So the first of this, I don't think there's anything really too wrong with my opener. It's just a standard opener. What's he doing? He's got his scout coming out. It's a game against myself. Okay. Checked for the cannon rush. Yeah, so let's fast forward up onto the first engagement. I want to see when I'm floating minerals and when I'm floating larvae. Okay, there we go. Okay, I'm scouting for the extra proxies or anything like that. And I'm not filling up gas right away because I want to take a quick third base. Alright, so let's slow it down and see what's going on right here. At this point in the game, I'm not floating any larvae necessarily. My opener is pretty straightforward. I see that he's going Nexus, which means I'm safe to take a third because he's not at least one base all-inning me. So I'm going to try to get into my hatch quick. I saw that he had a probe here, so I was trying to hide it until I had 300 minerals to take it, which I'm about to get now. But I am... Let's see how I spend my larva now. Okay, so... Next thing I want to do is at 330, I should refill my gas. 31, I should be getting my overlord speed. And let's see how much I use my overlord speed. This is a big issue I've been having recently. So I send my lings in. Get some damage done. I try to scout. I see that he's going Stargate, which was nice. I lose all my lings, which is fine, but now I'm floating right here. Let's look at this. So I'm floating, I was floating 9 larvae, but that was just after my first inject. I'm not floating any minerals, so that means I'm using it. Let's see what's in my production tab. I've got this 2 upgrades about to finish up. I've got spores going down because of the Stargate. Okay, so that's why I'm using extra. I have 100, 200 in spores I could have used into more drones, which would have given me that. Okay, so this is just a nice reaction on my part. That's not a mistake necessarily, but did I build my... I forgot my 31 Overlord, I think. So I'm going to get supply blocked pretty hard here at 36. See my supply block. There it is. Okay, it wasn't too bad. Just 42. I guess because my hatch finished is what saved me, but that wasn't anything fancy. Okay, so back down here, I'm constantly floating about 5 larvae at a time. This is a big mistake I have. Alright, second mistake is 44 supply. I should be starting new queens, but I haven't even taken my second gas. I just refilled this gas, and I have no tech. So I should have started by at least 4 minutes. I'm at least 20 seconds late, probably closer to 30 seconds late. Putting my Roach Warden down, getting a second gas. I do have enough drones to have 2 completely saturated bases, so this base saturation time's not too bad. But I'm floating a bunch of larvae, and I'm floating a bunch of minerals. So right now, I'm not supply blocked. I could have dumped all of these into larvae first, and then taken my Roach Warden and second gas, and then I start a layer because I'm going to go quick hydras is my goal. So there's the Roach Warden, there's that. I'm dumping my larva in. I was a little bit late. And because I have my queens in a good passive position, I get the snipe, and he gets pretty angry. So basically, at this point, I've denied him any map control. I'm seeing that he doesn't have a third. Floating a bunch of larvae again. Creep spread's not too good. And here we go. Now, 5 minutes, at 4:50 I should have had my evolution chambers finished. So my upgrades were late as well. And as far as saturation goes, I think by 5 minutes I should at least be at 50 drones. So I'm a little bit slow on my drone count. I had to make a couple spores. I'm kind of taking this gas a little too early, I think also. I don't need a third gas before there's no drones on this. There's no reason for me to use that gas yet. So this is kind of a mistake on my point. Again, taking gas too early. Another mistake. Okay. My Hydroden at a reasonable time because I went quick. My Overlord spread's not too good. And look at this. I don't see that he's taking this third base. I have no detection over here. I think he's going to take it on this spot. He's taking it here. This is probably one of the reasons. Let me see how much time I get on this base, because I was under the assumption he was on 2, which is why I was kind of holding my drone count back at 51. I thought I was expecting a whole mess of stuff, but right now, it doesn't matter what he's doing. I'm making enough mistakes on my side. So let's keep going. Alright, so injecting isn't too bad. I don't have a queen at all of my hatcheries, but I do. The hatcheries that do have queens are injecting well. Alright, floating a bunch of minerals, spending my larva, but that's because... Okay, this isn't bad. Macro's okay here. But it's still no evolution chambers. I'm at least a minute late of my evolution chambers. Oh, yeah, go ahead, Jordan. I just saw you. You're welcome. Was that your question? May I ask a question? Was that the question you wanted to ask? Oh. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Great. Enjoy. Please keep watching. All right. So upgrades. I think I finally take them soon. Let's see my production tab. Nope. Okay. So I've got all my queens kind of over here doing nothing. They could be injecting. I could be spreading creep. Still haven't taken there. Finally, there we go. 2 minutes late on my upgrades. Let's see what his upgrades are at right now. Okay, luckily he's terrible as well, so he doesn't have any upgrades either. I don't even think he has a forge. Does he even have a forge? No, he doesn't even have a forge. He is. Yeah, I should have. Welcome to Diamond. Welcome to Diamond 3. This is. Yeah. Okay. So. Starting my upgrades late, taking them at the same time because I'm a noob. I don't have these upgrades. I've got, what's my worker count right now? 58. He's up at 60, so he's above me right now in workers. And again, I think that's because I don't know. He has... Yep, I still don't know about this third base. So this is one of the main reasons, besides all the mistakes I'm making, is I'm misjudging the matchup. I think he's trying to maybe go to carriers or something like that, but I have no vision of his third base because I'm terrible at scouting. So let's keep watching until the first engagement. Up until that first engagement, I'm going to be on low workers. I'm going to start massing out units now. Taking a fourth base, that's very late. Should have done that at 6 minutes with a macro hatch. I'm floating too many minerals. I'm starting to take more upgrades. Okay, it's coming together, but everything's just late. 8 minutes, I could have maxed out at Roach Ravager by this point, but I'm trying to do a stupid Hydra timing push. Okay, so I take his Oracle. I'm hiding most of my Hydras, which is still good on my part, but everything's just bad. I'm not doing anything very well. This is why I lost. Okay, so let's see where I'm trying to move out. I forget this point. Oh, so this is... Okay, let's look at the before the engagement and after the engagement. So he is 10 whole workers above me. He's kind of floating minerals right now. Taking a fourth base. So his fallout, his backup plan is if he loses a lot, he's going to at least come back to a fourth base so he can distribute his workers and stay above to 70 workers. What am I doing? I finished my fourth. What new tech am I taking? Okay, I'm taking Lurker, and I'm getting an infestation pit to go up to Hive. That's my bank after my first attack. I'm pushing right out at 1-1. Well, it should have been 1-1, but again, my upgrades were late. By 9 minutes, I should be getting 2-2, but 1-1 is just now finishing. This was a big mistake on my part as well. Let's watch this first engagement. So I see it, and then I'll just, yeah, let's just eat all the storms. Let's just keep doing that. I see he's got immortals. I should have gone back to my base. Okay, yeah, so awesome. This is a good first engagement problem I have. My creep spread's still abysmal. I could have probably been out to mid-map by now if I was paying any attention to it. All of these queens have full energy. This one's been injecting still. This one's been injecting. No queen here, no vision over here. I've just got one overlord kind of hanging at the corner. What am I making after this? My spire's almost finished. I have the ability to go lurkers. It doesn't really matter about what my tech switch is. I'm just not macroing well. I'm doing everything very slow, and I'm 10 workers behind. So this is the main reason I'm losing. He still has 3 immortals and a whole heap of storm. Let's keep watching. When's this next engagement? So let's at least just fast forward up to the next engagement. That first engagement, if I had, let's think about if I had +2/+2 at that point, and even if I was on the same amount of workers, if I had just taken my upgrades earlier, I probably could have taken that, considering this is all that's left after kind of 1-1 finished. What's his upgrades right now? Upgrade spending. He has no upgrades still. He only has Storm. How in the hell did he get the Diamond 3 with that? But, okay, this is Diamond. Let me see if he has even, oops, no, if he even has a Forge. 2 forges. Where are they? What are they researching? Oh, there they go. The 10-minute forge switch is his strat that he was going for. So let's keep watching. Good, I'm glad you're learning. Learn from my mistakes and do better than I do. So I've got a heap of shit now. And again, that was a bad storm on his part. I dodged it. And the Lings actually kept all the zealots away from my nice Hydralisks, so I was able to win this engagement. So it was a good idea for me to switch back into that. I was really just trying to spend my cash. He's floating 1,000 right now, but he's way higher on workers than I am. I think this is when I go, okay, I'm going to need a whole heap of workers, and I think I make like 20 workers right here. So I'm trying to push out. I think his new base is here. I think this is his only base. Again, I still think, yeah, I still don't know about this whole base at all, because my scouting is terrible. I made 1 token muta because, yep, I made a muta as a misclick. You were a mistake muta. So at this point I'm like, oh yeah, I remember this point. I thought I took his 3rd. I'm in a really good position. I just killed his whole army and I just took his 3rd base. Let's walk into his main. And then I see that he's got a heap of Templar and things. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to try to macro out. So right now, let's see my panic mode. I'm up to 77 workers now. This is when I made all those workers during my push. I've got my hive. What upgrades am I doing? I'm still working on 2-2. Should be on 3-3 right now. He's finally he's chronoing out his upgrades now, I'm pretty sure. Just as fast as possible. Let's see, yeah. There is his forges. There is forges. Before they were just double. Switching to Immortal Colossus. It doesn't matter. I'm screwing up enough on my side. Okay, so now my economy's good, and this is when I'm actually doing my spending. I'm actually spending things well, and I'm making things. I'm going to Ultra, but I think, again, I'm teching too much. I've got an Ultra Pit and a Spire. I should have just been concisive. This is me trying to just do a little bit of everything and do nothing well. So my Roaches and Hydras aren't lined up very well. He knows he can't take that army, but I just let him storm everything twice. Yeah, and let's see what I'm doing with my money. Am I spending it, or am I just watching my stuff die? Looks like I'm just watching it die. That's all I want to do right now, is let it die and stare at these immortals. Oh, and the charge lots. They're gonna kill all my Hydras. Yeah, okay, I'm making broods, that's right. At this point, I was trying to switch into brood lords, but I think at this point, yeah, I'm down. I'm up on workers on him. And I'm gonna go to Ultra Broodlord. I think what I should have done is said no to Ultralisks and just stuck with Broodlords and do Roach Ravager, Hydra, Broodlord. Would have beaten him, I think. But I'll tech into everything, kind of, and have no real plan or direction of what I'm doing. And then he just is on 70 workers as a Protoss. So he's just going to make a whole bunch of things that are really strong. And now it seems like he's finally getting his upgrades moving, because Protoss can chrono them out. I see his upgrades. He's on 2-2 now. I just finished 2-2, so anytime you're on the same upgrades as a Protoss, that's never a good thing. Yep, and I'm just trying to get back to max out. I want to max out again and push in. But I'm letting him take a 4th base. Let me see what my... I don't know he's taking that 4th base because I have no map vision because my creep spread's horrible. Yeah, so this is the reason I lost. So let's just watch me murder myself on the last push. Yeah, take notes of this Protoss, but just do better than he does. And you'll learn how to beat Zerg. At least crappy Platinum or Diamond 3 Zergs. Oh, yep, his Zealot attack. Not too worried about that. Didn't have any vision over here. So really just, I think, a lot of scouting and just sloppy macro. Watch me run all my Zerglings into that. So I think what I try to do here is put my Broodlords over on this side and take out this base with my Ultras. But I just split my army and let him kill 2 halves of 1 good army. Was my plan here. And now I'm gonna let him kill all my Broodlords too, with that 1 Void Ray and Stalkers. So that was my plan. I'm gonna max out on Ultra Broodlord, and then I'm gonna split my army in half and let him kill 2 halves of it. Then I'm gonna retreat back to my base and I guess make more mutas? That's the play? I must be misclicking. I can't believe I would make more mutas. I must just be in a panic at this point. What's my APM? Not enough to be... not enough to warrant misclicking mutas. So... yeah, that's good. This is good. Again, just... he trickled his army in and was still able to kill all my stuff. Takes out my 5th base. I guess I'll take more bases because I'm in a good spot to expand at this point with how many units? Expanding when there are 4 Immortals and 12 Stalkers at your front door is a good idea. And there we go, GG out. So in conclusion, at the 17-minute mark, let's go back just a smidge so I can see what upgrades and everything I'm at. So at the 17-minute mark, let's go up to 17 minutes and see where I finished and where I could have been at this point. 17, there we go. Okay, so we're at very slow upgrades of, I've got adrenal glands for my non-existent Zerglings that I've used never in this game because I went Roach, Hydra, Ultralisk, Broodlord because that's a good composition. And I started my upgrades 2 minutes late. I finally got up to above workers and the same economy as he did after he had been mining off of 3rd base that I had no idea about for probably 6 minutes. Then I maxed out with better upgrades than he did. And then I split my army and attacked him on 2 fronts while he was all put together. And did everything I could to lose this match. So, learn from my mistakes.